Welcome learner. Today I will be discuss about audio player app and this is the audio player app, and if you want to learn about this audio player app how can develop by yourself, so watch this video till the end because here I have lots of knowledge I will be share with you where you can learn everything about how can be develop a audio player app using Flutter. And if you are new in my YouTube channel, so definitely subscribe my YouTube channel to grow my channel and watch this video till the end, and you will be learn about lots of things after ending this session. Okay, so never waste so much time. Let's start. I am already created a new application, so it will be very helpful for your understanding. First, we are actually seeing the basic UI screen, and first I will be create the basic structure of mobile application, and this is the basic structure. Okay, so first thing we are remove everything from this section. Okay, so first we are remove this content, and now I create a folder called screens. Okay, and here I am create a screen name called home screen, and here we are cut our class from this section because this class did not required here actually, so we can remove from this section. If we want, you cut from this section from here and you can paste it here. After this you can just import the package in this section, and after this every errors will be gone. And after then you need to be import the my home page here, and at this moment here is the home page link are actually imported in this section, and now we can see the output. So actually our output does not be changes because I just simply use the cut from the home page from this main page, and after that I just copy into the another file. Okay, so this is the actually main process to splitting our application. You are already know about some basic functionalities. Here I just create a basic home screen. I just create a class home screen. When we are create this home screen class, so first type we have two type of class actually available. One is the stateless and another is the stateful widget. So this time I am using the stateless widget, and this stateless widget called home screen I give the name here, and after this we need to be set up the home screen in this section. Okay, and after this here we can set the const modifier to resolve the basic problem. After this you cannot see the any output, any white screen after this uses because here we are not using any kind of UI design. This time by default our placeholder widget are uses here. I want to change the screen widget name. We can use scaffold widget, and after using scaffold widget we can use the some data type where we can use the home screen, and after that we can see the output. It is the home screen. Okay, so this is the basic thing which can be uses here, and after that we can use const modifier to resolve this problem. We want to remove the this debug screen from our applications. We can use debug mode false, and when we are actually create this, then debug screen are also gone from here. After that add here use app bar options, and this time we can use the app bar, and after this app bar section we have the title, and also we can use the title for this section. So here we are getting the some issues because this issues comes for const keyword. If we are remove this const keyword here, so after that we could not see any error. If you get this kind of error, so of course that error comes from the UI part. Okay, after that here we did not see any UI design behind the background. If you want to see the background color of this app bar section, so that time you can use the background colors. Here have so many designing color options already here, and this design options can be used in this section. We can be create the background color in this section, and this time we can use the background color like this. But if you want to use application theme background, so that time you can use this process. First you can use the theme, after that you can use the context of the functions, and after then you can use the color schema, and you can use the primary color for the application. So this is the process where we can be use our application screen like this. Okay, and as well as we can also set the background color like this for this screen. Okay, and here we can use the button navigation bar. So button navigation bar also is required, and this time we can also create a container where we can set up our child, where we can create our audio player. In this section we can be create the audio player. So I am just creating this section for audio player purpose. So here will be audio player. Okay, in this section. So this time we can be maximize the height for the sections. We can use here height, and here we can use height 50, and this time we can see the 50 like this. If you want to use bigger than that, so you can also do that. So this is the actually player section where we can be use the designing in this section for the audio player options. Actually I do not create good designing at this moment because I just serve the knowledge how can we create our audio player applications. This is the actually main thought. So this time I just create the navigation bar, and here I will be design the audio player. Here can be create another widget, so that is widget. So now here we can be create audio player dot, and here we can be create the audio player, and also we can use the state management options. So we can use the state, actually not states here, actually create some service type class. I can create it as a services because there we are create a service class to manage our state. And this time I just create the audio player UI for this section. We can also use a stateless application first. Here we can be create audio player app, and after this we can be design our audio player options. We can create the scaffold, but this time scaffold does not required because it will be shows in this section. Here we can use the sized box, and in this section we can be set up the height, and after that we can use the child options, and this time in the child we can be create a row options in this section, and here we can be set up some children. Here we can create some icon buttons, and on press is the icon section, and after that here we can be create the icon. At this time we can use the icon options, and here we can use the icons, and now here we can create the play button. So this play button I think it's good. You can use any of play button. So this time I just use this play button in our UI. So this is the play button is required, and after that we can use slide bar. Actually we can use slider. So at this time we can use the value and basic value, and also we can use the output, and here we can pass the value which is the actually when we are change the slider, so that time we can get the value from this section. So actually this time we are not seeing anything in this section. We just need to attach the audio player in this section. So this time is this audio player actually attaching in this section, and you can see the play button here. This is the actually black output. So at this moment we can change the another color like on primary. It will be helpful for us. So this time our background color is white right now, and here we are create a player button, and also here have slider button, and this time here we actually need to be change the slider. This stateless widget cannot be work properly for this slide change option. So for this purpose we can need to be convert it as a stateful. So when we are go to the section, and after that when it lighting the bulb, and after that there you can get the options to create convert the stateful widget. So it is automatically converted into the stateful widget, and when it is converted into stateful widget we can be create it here some value. We can use it as a sig bar. Here we can use the double value here, and this double value will be sig bar value will be 0. So this sig bar value will be attached in this section. This is the value, and at this time here we can just use the set state functions to modify our value for the widget. This is the process to change our value into the sections. Okay, basically when it is actually set up properly, so after that it will be seen in this section. Okay, and as well as we can set up the minimum value. What is the minimum value of our sig bar? So we can set up it, and what will be maximum value, we can also mention that here in 0 to 1. So it is also the right thing to change our value 1 to 0 to 1. Okay, so this is the thing we can be use here, and after that we can create Another thing, like if we want to create mute button, so that time we can also create that. We can use another icon button in this section, and at this moment we can be create another icons, and this time icon widget will be here, and here we can create the icons data. So this time we can use the audio, not audio, here we can use speaker type. I need to be find out what is the actually thing. Here we can use the options volume up, volume up and down. We can see the here. So this is the volume down options here, and here we can use the volume up, which can be used. And after this we can also use the another slider where we can create the volume part. Here also we can create another section volume value. We can create volume value like this, and this time we can use the volume value 0.5, and we can use volume value for this section, and as well as we can set up the volume value. Here we can set that volume value in this section. We can see the volume value from this screen UI. Okay, so this time we are getting some issues, so this is not a big issue. I just wrap with a row, and this time we can use the white for the 100%. Okay, so here I have actually two type of sliders are actually here. This slider little bit smaller we need, and this slider will be bigger. We just get it for the smaller size, and in this time I want to little bit smaller size. I wrap with size box, and I just set up width as a 50 pixel, and it is not good to see. I think 100 pixel is good enough. So this time you can see the screen like this. Okay, and also we want to set up it for the full screen, so that time we can use it expanded, and this icon is sometimes bigger. Okay, and now we can use some boolean type options like this is mute playing false when it playing false, and this time we can set up it as a playing or not. So this is the actually process where we can use the play or not play. So these options can use this like this, and after that we can also set up another icon button. We can use the stop button. Here we can create a stop button for this section. Okay, this is the basic player UI options. All these things already implemented. This is actually all the things which actually can be used. And another thing also here where we can use muted, that means this muted are uses in this section, in this icon section. So at this moment I also work with muted options, so here we can use the muted options is mute or not. So this time we can also use this process, and here we can check the output. Our volume is off and not off, so we can use like this, and this time here we can use our UI part almost ready. Now we need some libraries. So this time go to the pub.dev section, and here we need two packages first. First we need to be audio player. So here is the audio players option. So this audio player package we want to be used in our application. So for that purpose just we can go to this package, and after that here we can set up and get the setup process. You can use the command line like this, and after that you can open the terminal on your application path, and after that just use the command line like this, and after this process your dependency will be added with your application. Okay, so this moment package will be added with this package. And another things also required, and this time we can use the river pod. So this is the river pod state management, and this is the main river pod state management package, and this river pod state actually uses for every platforms, but we are actually want to use specially for Flutter. So that time we can use the Flutter river pod for our application. We just copy from the website, and after this we paste it here, and after that our package will be added in this section. Okay, this is the two things actually required to enable our process. We go to the home screen section, and at this moment we can be create some audio library in this area. At this moment we can use here column, and after that we can use the children options, and here we can create some button. Here we can use the elevated button where we can set up the audio files in this section. Actually I'm just simplify the process how can we create and the songs into our application. Here we can set up the song for our application. So this time we can use the song. At this moment we are getting some error because for this const when you are working with the application, so sometimes you may got some this kind of error. This error will be gone when you are remove the const keyword in the parent widget. And after that we can set up another songs button in this section, and here we can see the two buttons for this section, and this is the two song buttons are actually seen here, but I can use list view process. After using this, our buttons are shows like this. We can use a list style with this process. Here we can create a list style, and after that we can use the tab options. This is the another way to create our list of songs, because if we want to create many of songs into this section, this time we can be create with the list view, and here we can be create the all the songs in this section. This is the actually very basic thing which can be create through this process. Actually I'm never use good UI, just I give you the understanding how can we create the UI easily. Now we need to be create a folder in our application, so that folder will be called as a assets. This time we are creating the assets folder here, and after that we can use audios folder. We can also create it here, and here we can use the custom fonts or icons what you want. If you want to use for your application, so that time you can use icons like this, you can use that. And if you want to use some images for your application, so you can do. So this all the resources need to be registered in our PubSpec YML. So at this time we can go to the asset registry options, and we need to be go to the section, and here we can use the assets, and after that we can use the assets plus audio, and also we can use for the asset for images, and also we can create assets for icons. These three folders actually are created for our section. Audio is not our folder, audio, it's called audio. So when it is audio getting from this folder, after that this warning will be gone from our IDE. It will be working fine. And now here we can be copy some audio files from the another location, but here I am using actually local files. Here I paste two audio file, and song 1 and song 2. It will be helpful for us to quickly set up the process, because I just put the two music files here, and these two music files will be working in our application. Our resource setup are completed. After this we can be create a basic audio player options in this audio section. This time we can create audio player option, and this time we can create the player using audio player object. Actually thing is, this audio player and this audio player is same name. Here maybe got some problem, because this time we are actually create the UI. So this is the audio player UI, we called it is audio player UI, and after using this we need to be rename all this audio player UI part first. Okay, because here we need to be call actual audio player which actually downloaded for our application, which actually used for audio play option. So this time we can get the audio player package into this section, and this time we can use the audio player in our file. So this time player, so this is the audio player options where we can be used, and after this we are getting some errors for renaming. So this time we can use just audio player UI in this section, and after using this, here we can be watch our output in this section. When you want to watch the audio player into this section, so that time we can see the output for audio player option. Now at this time we need to be watch the whole audios in this section. At this time this audio player widget are actually need to be catch the states. This is my today's topic which I want to cover with you, and if you want to complete the series, so definitely subscribe my YouTube channel if you are not subscriber on my channel, and hit the notification button for the get notified, and I will be meet with you with the next video.